It's the 3 on PLAXtv.
Yeah, girl. What's good, y'all? It's your boy PLAX, and I am back with another episode of the 3 on PLAXtv. And in this episode, I am talking about A'ja Wilson. A'ja Wilson just made history by tying the most points in a WNBA game, previously held by Liz Cambage, who has her own situations that she's been a part of and is no longer in the WNBA. But A'ja Wilson has tied the most points in a WNBA game with 53 points. And this is historic and amazing, and it adds on more to A'ja's case to be in the WNBA GOAT. She still got a lot of time. She still got to do some more things. But she definitely is just solidifying herself as a potential WNBA GOAT. I do a series on PLAXtv every once in a while called the WNBA GOAT Conversation. And it's basically the top 25 basketball players in WNBA history as posted by ESPN and the WNBA. And I go through each of those players and give the reasons why they should be the GOAT or why they qualify to be the GOAT. And then I let you guys decide at the end who you think the actual GOAT is. I think I've done like 5 or 6 episodes so far. And I may, even though A'ja isn't in the top 25 players, it's like the top 75 players the NBA just did. It's the same thing as that. It's just the WNBA is only 27 years old now. So they only have 25 players to pick from. The NBA has been around for 75 years, so they pick 75 players. That's why it's like that. But I do the WNBA GOAT Conversation videos. I'll even put some links in the comments or in the descriptions down below so you can check some of those out. But A'ja is really making a case for herself. Like, she has a championship. I believe she might have 2 Actually, hold on. Yeah, so I got it right here because I didn't want to cap on her name or nothing like that. She currently, right at the time of this recording, has 1 WNBA championship, 2 WNBA MVPs, a WNBA Defensive Player of the Year award, Best WNBA Player by the ESPYs in 2023, 5 All-Star games. She won Rookie of the Year, All-Rookie First Team, All WNBA First Team twice, All WNBA Second Team once, All WNBA All Defensive Team once, All Defensive Second Team twice, the Blocks Leader twice, Commissioner's Cup Champion in 2022. She has a World Cup MVP, an NCAA Championship, and a Most Outstanding Player award with a whole bunch of other college awards on top of that. And she is only 27 years old, so she just hit her prime basketball-wise. She got, like, barring any injury, she got a lot of hoops left, and she's already accomplished a lot of stuff. That's scary. That's actually scary that she's only 27. She's gonna like double and triple all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's potentially gonna double and triple all of that stuff. And not to, I kind of believe that the Aces are going to win again this year, and she's probably going to get Finals MVP this year. The Liberty have a chance, don't get me wrong, but I really do think the Aces win it again this year, go back-to-back. So now you're adding a back-to-back championship, another Finals MVP on top of that list that's already real heavy. And now she has the most points in a WNBA game. She's tied for the most points in a WNBA game at 53. Now, not to shit on Liz more, because a lot of people have been shitting on Liz Cambage lately. Granted, some of it is warranted because of how she's acted in the past with, national teams and her WNBA teams, and just kind of having a persona of a locker room issue, right? I don't know how true that is, but I do kind of subscribe to the, if one person says something, okay, that's, that could just be an opinion. Two people say something, I'm not going to just take it, but, it's possible that may be true. 3, 4, 5, 6 people say something, it might very well be true. And these people aren't saying it because they heard somebody else saying it. They're saying it from personal experience, which is Liz sometimes is a locker room problem, a on the court problem, not the greatest teammate in the sense of, how she interacts with her teammates and her opponents as well. So, and she's also she kind of quit the WNBA, and the WNBA isn't really trying to get her back. Also, on top of that, she got, suspended from the Australian national team, and the Australian national team isn't trying to get her back. So she's kind of been ostracized from women's basketball, and it seems like, for all intent and purposes, her fault. Like she did it herself. And I think, not saying that, this is fixed or anything like that, because it's not. Aja, she dropped to 53. But I think this is a good thing, not just for Aja, but the WNBA, to kind of try to not eliminate Liz Cambage, but kind of separate themselves from Liz Cambage, because she, in the era that the WNBA is in, it's growing, right? Obviously, it's not where they want to be. They're not making a lot of money, as a lot of people like to point out, but their WNBA is growing in popularity. The college game, the women's college game is growing and helping the WNBA grow in popularity. Players are scoring more points, which I'm going to get into in another video. Just a lot of stuff going on. But Liz Cambage and all her shenanigans and stuff like that has been kind of like a big ass pimple on a pretty face, basically. So a face that's pretty and is getting better, and they working on skincare and all that stuff, and teeth whitening, but it's just this big ass pimple right on the side of their face that they just can't hide and can't get away from. And I think Aja scoring this 53 and tying her is kind of just adding to the separation of Liz Cambage and women's basketball, because she has been somewhat of a blemish on something that has mostly been good as of late. And she keeps like getting back into the news cycle, even though she's not even really playing basketball besides like pick up on social media and stuff like that. But she's not playing WNBA or world basketball, but she's still coming up a lot. And I think in some ways that's detrimental, because yes, people are talking about her, which is kind of bringing light to the WNBA. And some people say all publicity is good publicity, but I do still kind of believe you don't really want bad publicity if you can avoid it. And Liz, so far over the past couple of years, has been bad publicity, unfortunately. I love Liz Cambage, by the way. I like to let that be known. I'm just speaking the facts on the situation. And I think Aja tying her is just a step in the right direction of kind of separating from her. Unless she, decides to turn stuff around and come back to basketball, which would also be great. But until that happens, I think the WNBA and women's basketball should be, and they are, kind of trying to inch their way away from Liz Cambage, as great as she is and as she was. But back to Aja, one of her teammates made the comment that 53 is great, but you should have got 54. Do better, honey. And I thought that was great. That's a real firm right there. They're not letting you rest on your laurels or nothing like that. Hey, you should have gave me 54. 53 is cool. You cooked. You did great. But next time, give me 54. Matter of fact, give me 55. I think that's beautiful. I just think Aja Wilson she's a great personality. She's obviously a great basketball player. And I think she's just great for women's basketball as a whole. I talk a lot about the college hoopers like Paige Buchers and Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese and Haley Van Lith. I talk about all those ladies, but I don't really get too much into the ladies that are carrying the league right now and will carry the league into the future on top of those young ladies that I talk about from time to time. And I would like to give Aja her flowers because she is a huge bright spot in the WNBA, and she'll be in the WNBA for a while, carrying the torch, and I think that's just beautiful and great for the sport. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below of Aja scoring 53 points. Did you see the game? I unfortunately didn't get to see it. I saw the highlights though. Did you guys get to see the game? Let me know what you think about what I said about Liz Cambage. Do you think the WNBA and women's basketball should try to inch away from her, or do you think it doesn't really matter? Let me know some other stuff that you would like to hear me talk about. Comment some other WNBA GOAT conversation videos that you would like to see, different players. I put up a poll that you guys could vote on. If you want to go check it out on the page, it should be there somewhere. You could probably go find it somewhere on the page. And most of all, make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, make sure you ding that notification bell so you know every time I drop a video. And most of all, YouTube, I love you guys. Peace out.
It's the 3 on PLAXtv.
Yeah, girl.